it's me, Poonam from Cyberscam TV. And today in this blog, I'll be telling you about Marco versus DoorDash lawsuit and everything associated with this case, including the process, fee structure, and payment methods. Our goal is to help people understand the situation, and that is exactly why almost everything we discuss will be in simple English. DoorDash has been facing a lot of heat lately. Marco versus DoorDash lawsuit is something that is gaining a lot of traction on the web, and some people are even questioning the authenticity of the whole deal. If you're someone who should receive compensation because of the lawsuit, then take a look at the following content. We have done our best to address every question that might be in your mind. Let us start this section by discussing the background because that is what ignited this domino effect. The plaintiffs have alleged that DoorDash has been classifying people as independent contractors wrongfully. DoorDash is facing a situation similar to what the Lyft and Uber encountered a while back. Basically, they do not want to show their users as employers because that would require them to shell out a lot of money. Things like insurance, minimum wages will rack up a lot of bills, and as a firm that is exploding in terms of revenue, they are obviously trying their best to curb the expenses. While the party in question has denied all the allegations, they have chosen to close down the matter with a settlement. People that have done deliveries for DoorDash in between August 2016 to March 2021 fulfill the eligibility criteria. If you are looking for the specific dates, then refer to the section below. Note that at any point, if you are unsure about the proceedings or the procedure, then talk to the lawyer. This lawsuit consists of two settlement classes which will be covered. The California settlement class. It is composed of all individuals who entered into an agreement with DoorDash to use the DoorDash mobile application to provide delivery services to customers in California between August 30, 2016 and December 31, 2020, and who completed at least one delivery in California during that time period. Individuals who entered into individual settlement agreement with DoorDash to resolve and discharge all their misclassification related claims for the same time period are not included in the California settlement class. Massachusetts settlement class. The Massachusetts settlement class consists of all individuals in Massachusetts who entered into an agreement with DoorDash to use the DoorDash mobile application to provide delivery services to Massachusetts customers between September 26, 2014 and March 31, 2021, and who completed at least one delivery in Massachusetts during that time period. Every lawsuit, regardless of the end result, is going to carry certain fee. This class action lawsuit is beneficial for the end because they have no loss proposition. If the settlement fund is approved, then they will get their share. But if things go sideways, they are not required to pay anything to anyone. As far as the legal cost and other additional fees are considered, the court will decide the final amount, and that will be taken from the settlement fund. In other words, the users do not have to do anything except submit their form before the deadline. You want to opt out of the settlement, then you have to make a formal request for exclusion from the settlement or opt out to the settlement administrator by November 1, 2021. The written form should contain three things: personal details, name, number and address, precise statement, formal tone and clear structure, and obviously signature. Opt-out form can be sent by mail or email. Generally speaking, drivers that used to work for DoorDash are the ones that stand to benefit from the entire situation. While there are no regular updates from the DoorDash site, we suggest people to keep an eye on the official websites to get the latest information. The final hearing is scheduled on November 30, 2021. While you do not have to go there, you can see things unfold firsthand. If you want to, hearing is held at Los Angeles County Superior Court. Note that even if the lawsuit is successful, according to the sources, payments are estimated to be made in March 2022. There might be delays before the amount hits your wallet or account, but sadly, clients will not be able to do anything about it. In the initial days, the compensation amount was said to be around $130 per driver. However, that is not the case. The end amount depends upon a few factors such as time period of duty and miles driven. Exact rates are not easy to calculate, but it is directly proportional to the factors mentioned. Payments can be received through check or via e-wallets such as PayPal, Venmo, etc. Specify the mode preferred in the claim form and the rest will be taken care by the claims administrator. If the payment exceeds $600, then the transaction will be under the radar of the IRS and it is the duty of the clients to handle the taxes. There are some important dates and if you want to know, then you can refer our official website. On social media platform, few people have mentioned that suspicious messages are being circulated using the Marco versus DoorDash narrative. If you ever receive any text message claiming to be from the authority, then verify the source immediately. Remember, no organization will ask for your personal information by email or text. Also report the incident immediately if any kind of payment is being demanded. To avoid all the hassles, use spam protection on your gadget and never believe anything unless it is from the official web portal. The Marco vs. DoorDash incidents is covered all over the internet. Details of the lawsuit are available on the respective websites and it is a pretty straightforward deal. Conditions are outlined well and as long as you stick to the script, there won't be anything to worry about. Still you have any questions about Marco vs. DoorDash, then comment on our official website and we'll do our best to assist you.